Hi everybody, Russ and Miami's 11. Hope you are all safe and well. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell icon so you're made aware anytime we put new content on. As always, we'd like to thank our channel sponsors, Untuck It. Check them out in the description below. Today's guest, you see who it is, another ex-Hammer. We're so lucky we get so many of these on our channel. I mean, Nobby made 23 appearances, 4 goals in the 2007 and 8 season. Highly utilised, and we'll talk about how he regrets not playing more games. We'll come to that in a minute. How are we, Nolberto? How are you, my man?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity. I have a great time. I enjoy very much to live in Epping, around Essex.
Epping. You was Epping. So you're very close to 195 nightclub in Epping.
Exactly. All the nice places. Yeah, really enjoy. I have a great time. I was very coincidentally when I have the opportunity to move to westham and meet a lot of ex friends, ex teammates used to play with me in Newcastle.
Yes.
Like Craig Bellamy, Scotty Parker, Kieron Dyer. Of course, I have a great time with Lucas Neal, great captain, great skipper. So I really enjoy. To be honest, I really enjoy. I understood how much is the passion for the Hammers. You know, the fans is very nice fans, great fans. So I really enjoy to play for them.
Good. Yeah, and we enjoyed watching you as well, Alberto, to be honest. But how have you been in general with everything going on in this crazy world we live in? Are you well? Are the family well in Peru?
Yes, I'm back home like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm working the national team with Peru. I'm one of the assistant coach. We made great achieve to qualify Peru into the World Cup after 32 years. The country was very hungry and desperate to get back into the World Cup. I was very lucky now to still working with one of the best manager from Argentina. It's called Ricardo Gareca.
Yeah.
So I'm proud to be involved. I'm lucky to carry on because it's difficult when you stop play football to just dedicate to another things. So I was very always passionate for football. All my life I dedicated to this profession. So I do my coaching budget in England. So I come back to got the opportunity to coach in Peruvian league for a few months. But after that, I get the opportunity to join to be part of the staff, the coaches in the national team. So I'm so proud, so lucky to working with these professionals, and that's me. And unfortunately, this year and a half for everyone around the world, difficult times. You know, it's crazy. Sound is starting very difficult to believe what happened in the beginning. This pandemic was too hard to people take it seriously in the beginning. I was very lucky in my country. Our president straight away put in lockdown situation. Everybody follow the recommendation, follow everything. So still we lost a lot of life in this country, like everywhere, around the world. It's crazy. But it's only one way. We need to be safe. We need to follow the rules and we have to take care about everything. So crazy situation. But we glad the football come back. We glad the football is back in Europe, in South America, around the world. So people go entertainment still has entertainment to watching football. Because I believe in all whole world people love football.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. It was obviously when the Premier League stopped for about 100 days, I think it stopped, and everyone was like, "What do we do? What do we do? There's no football." But you're right. Yeah, there's almost like it's almost too much football. I'll be honest. At the moment, there's so much on that they're trying to get all these games in. But West Ham are doing okay, Nobby. So we're all right. I'm happy.
Yes, I'm following general the Premier League. To be honest, I follow all the Premier League. Moyes started not too well in the beginning, but he got the team together. Looked like the team with Kevin Nolan, good friends as well. So I'm glad for them doing so well. Hammers now near close to the Champions League spot. It's great for the club. I know how much the club investment, the new owners, new stadium. I believe you deserve it. You have a great fans, great people, the passion in around the Western team. I was when at the time I was playing for them, I didn't realize is really, really enjoy. People really love football. The club has a big history too. So I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're doing well. More competition. The Premier League became very, very competitive. Very unusual this season is to see the Premier League, to see so many teams closer to Manchester City.
Yeah.
Look, Manchester City always will look strong because it has a very, very strong quality players. But I like it. I like it to see the Hammers very close. I still have a friends, good friend from Newcastle. He's the best friend. He's from Epping, from Essex. He's with a massive fans. He was over the moon when I moved over there. So he's
Yeah.
still in relationship. So I have a great time. To be honest, I'm being a little bit disappointed. I would love to stay a little bit more
Yeah.
extra more year, but
Yeah.
football is like that. Alan Kersley probably maybe on the pressure didn't give me another option to stay.
Mm.
But always, like I'm saying, I'm always very pleased with the club. It's a great club, and it was my last Premier League club.
It was, yeah, it was, yeah. I mean, going back to signing for West Ham, obviously it was Newcastle. He was at Newcastle beforehand. How did that happen? How did the transfer happen to come to West Ham? Because it wasn't out of the blue, Nobby, but it was sort of like he was at Newcastle and then he was at West Ham. It's like, why West Ham? What was the story to you signing for the club?
To be honest, is the agent at the time. I remember it's called Phil Smith. Was a football agent, still football agent. He lived
Yeah,
around the London. He just called me to say because he knew it. What happened is Sam Allardyce arrived into the club in that time. So he told me in conversation, private, say I won't have you in my plans. I won't
yeah,
guarantee you being playing much football this year. So I was a little bit unhappy, disappointing, but it's okay. He's a manager. We have to respect his decisions. So in the same time, I have some difficult time with my ex-wife. She's Peruvian, but she moved to London. So I was talking to the agency. If he has the opportunity to play in any London team, I will
yeah,
be around close to my kids, to my family. So I was over the moon when the West Ham come in to say, well, they told me West Ham is interesting. I said, okay, I'm going, no problem. And to be honest, I really, really enjoy. That time, probably the club is not like probably it's now. Was in the building. We remember we training in around Epping areas.
yeah.
Can't remember the area.
Chadwell, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
So, but to be honest, didn't realize how much around Essex, how many fans people supporting the Hammers.
yeah,
Massive,
yeah,
massive. I tell you, I know Spurs, I know probably Arsenal a little bit further, but I mean, especially Spurs a little bit closer, but the Hammers, it's a big fans around the
yeah.
Essex area.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely a lot of the sort of the East Enders, so to speak, who are around sort of Upton Park and around East Ham and stuff, moved out into Essex. So Essex, yeah, is a massive hop. I mean, I used to live in Loughton, which is very close to Epping. I now live in Hornchurch. Right, I actually probably live close to the training ground now, actually. But yeah, no, totally. And obviously, when you signed, it was under Alan Kirbishley, and as you said before, it was a no-brainer. West Ham came calling. You needed a London club. That was great. And I mean, that season, as I said, as at the beginning, you played, made over 20 appearances in a good team. I mean, that team was a good team. I mean, we finished 10th that season. And you said obviously there was a bit of disappointment. You'd love to. I mean, you may have chatted beforehand, and saying that you would have loved that. He was a bit disappointed about Alan, about Curbs not offering you a second year. Basically, obviously, you only signed for 1 year. It must have been disappointing, actually, thinking about it, because you made 20 odd appearance, 25 appearance, 23, something like that. You played a lot of games that season.
Yes, of course, but like I'm saying, it's nothing. It's now long time ago. So,
Yeah.
but at that time, I was, to be honest, I'm still fancy to stay in the Premier League. I really enjoy living around Epping. I was close to my little boys. I mean, so everything came together so nice. I like the club. I like the players. It's a great team around. I remember it was Luca Neal,
Mm.
Juan Morte, Hayden. Mark Noble. I'm watching Mark Noble. I said, look, me feel so old. How old he was when I was playing football,
Yeah,
playing for
yeah,
the
and he's
club.
still playing.
So Mike Noble is excellent. Always show him very, very mature and player. Even he was only 21, 20. He already was fantastic player. So
Yeah,
I'm glad to see him carry on playing in the still playing for years, and I believe all the fans must be really proud and happy for him. But like I'm saying, football is like this.
yeah,
Sometimes managing decisions, but nothing against anyone. You know, disappointing at that time. I would love to see maybe Alan Curfew one day to say why you didn't give me another year. It's too late now, but it's football. It's football. We have to just
yeah,
take it. I'm coach now. I understand sometimes when you have to
yeah.
make decisions, and it's like this. Some people will be happy, some people don't. But I was a little interested because I remember my friend Kieron Dyer was more in the dress room, in the he was more in the clinic
Yes,
than playing
yeah,
football in the pitch.
yes,
But
yeah. We did.
he always
Yeah,
lucky boy. I'll
you're
say
right.
Kieron
Yes,
Dyer is
we
very
did.
lucky.
Yeah, I think he played 3 games that season. Where you played 23 games exactly. Yeah, it was.
He's still in
Well,
the club.
yeah, he was still there. He was still there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But obviously, in that time, obviously, 23 appearances, 4 goals, and if I didn't talk about the goal against Derby away, then someone would shoot me because that was possibly one of the best goals I've ever seen. Your goal against Derby away, that was your first goal for the club. I know people still talk about it. When I mentioned I was talking to you, they went, "Oh, Derby away, what a goal! You'd run 5-0 and then you scored the 5th goal." What's it like for a player walking out at Upton Park? Because you hear like how everyone loved Upton Park and Upton Park was great. Obviously, we're on the stadium now, but as a player, walking out, maybe for the West Ham team, but also for the opposition as well. Was it an intimidating place to go, Upton Park?
Uh, I would say no, no, not really. When you have one, that's my opinion. No, I
Yeah,
don't
sure.
know.
Yeah, yeah,
Some players probably different feelings. When you go on the pitch, you need to, you need to really enjoy, especially if you go your fans on your side. I mean,
yeah,
you play in your home. If you like to play at home, always is a. I love it. The bubbles. I love the bubbles. So much bubbles. I never see so much bubbles in my life. And
Well, yeah. I mean, that time, the bubble machine
uh,
never worked very well, did it? So
no,
the bubbles were just on the floor, weren't they, rather than in the
exactly.
air? But yeah,
And remember, but it's always nice, because what happened, you as a player, longer you're doing well. I know all the time, no, you cannot play well, but you got the feeling for the fans, you feeling how the people shout for your name, the people. You know what's interesting? As I never realized fans, because sometimes you fans asking for players going to the pitch, give you everything.
yeah,
Give you like you have to. They prefer not technical player, but prefer somebody bite inside.
mm,
You know, a blast player. I mean, very strong, physical. But
yeah,
you really appreciate with technical players.
yeah,
I was feeling that when you have a technical players. As it happened to Tevez as well. No, Tevez,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Macherano. In the beginning was tough for them to
Mm,
start playing. And the team was difficult time, but they're surviving to don't go relegate in the year. But to be honest,
yeah,
I was feeling that fans like a
yeah,
footballers, like
yeah,
a people with good technique, apart from somebody be strong or physical. But well, to be honest, really, really, really enjoy. I enjoy it very
yeah,
much, especially when you're in the pitch. You
yeah,
know, all players want to play every week.
yeah,
But I have a good time when you're
yeah,
talking about the game. Derby game was, I think, was a perfect match
yeah.
for
It was.
everyone.
Yeah.
We play away. I remember that game. I was feeling we will score because I have a free kick before we started score. I hit the post, the ball coming
Yes, you
back.
did. Yeah, yeah,
But we have that game was so perfect. Has a system, a score. I remember Matty Houston, what was the name? Houston used to play in the left winger.
yeah,
Matty Houston, I can't remember his name. Sorry.
yeah,
But we have a perfect game. I remember it
yeah,
was tough day. It wasn't the midweek. I remember that game. It wasn't on Saturday. It was to travel to Derby, but it was like in the game when you feeling, oh, we will win this game. You
yeah,
go
yeah, yeah,
everything going perfect. For everyone. But
yeah.
I really enjoyed. Always my specialty was to free kicks. and
Yeah.
I scored a few times. I believe if my
You
memory
did.
is not helping, I think I
Four
scored.
times. You scored four times in those 23 appearances, which isn't a bad. And you're right, Bobby. I know what you mean in terms of West Ham. We love technical players. I think that's why we took, because you know, when you'd always play, when you came down from Newcastle or whatever, you always was a very skillful player. And then to play for West Ham, we were like, yeah, he was a West Ham player. That makes sense because you had that technical ability. And you're right. I mean, you had it was Matty Effrington you were talking about. So you trying to go,
Exactly.
yeah.
Sorry,
So, yeah,
my English is not the best. It's not that easy. Let it to you pronunciation better than me.
Exactly. Well, I suppose your Peruvian is a lot better than my English, to be honest. So, but also, yeah, because that was a perfect game. It was my mate's birthday as well. So it was my mate's birthday as well. It was 10th of November. It was actually. I remember that very, very well.
Oh, long time ago.
God, that was a long time ago. 2007, man.
Good memory.
Yeah. Are you one of those people, Nobby, who remembers like all your goals? Like, because some people I talk to, some footballers, they have like almost like an encyclopedic mind and remember every goal they've scored and stuff like that. Can you do that, or do you just sort of like remember a few key moments in your career?
Well, you have to sometimes when you speak people like yourself make memories to come back and live there. So the derby, sometimes what happens if you can have a little kids, little boys now loving play football. It's only 10
Sure.
years old, thing like that. And of course, he didn't see me play. But when I go into YouTube now,
Yeah.
YouTube is amazing thing for us to have a great memory. Great, remember that we could sometimes. I remember when we played Sunderland as well. We play for West Ham. We play Sunderland. I come on. We was drew it 0-0 score. I think I'm open the goal. We finished or 1-1 or we scored 1-2-1. I wasn't sure, but I remember because again Sunderland always has the opposition. They always going to me before I come on. You remember that we
Yeah.
played Sunderland at home, so
Yes.
I was quite happy too. Oh, I scored. I remember hit the post and knocked the goalkeeper in the neck and the rebound going back into the goal. But it's difficult, like you say. It's sometimes hard, many years, to try to remember. But
Yeah.
I'm still 40, or now I'm 46, so I still remember most
It's
goals.
still there. Yeah, the memory's still there. Yeah. But you look good for it. No, I tell you, the 46, man. You still, you got only a few years on me. You know, I'll be 40 this year. So yeah, but if I look, I mean, you look great for 46. I'm being funny.
We're still
Yeah,
young. Don't worry.
yeah, still young at heart. Still young at heart. Right. Okay, right, what we're going to do is, while you're still remembering your West Ham days, while you still got your West Ham memories open, so what we try and do with everyone we have on, whether it's a fan or whether it's an ex-player, is we try and put together like an 11 of the players you played with. So for that season, who was your best left back and a right back. It's not necessarily your best, but maybe who you enjoyed playing with. You can put yourself in as well. Don't worry about that if you want to get your appearances back up. You can tell Curves to do one. So for you, I mean, if we started, I mean, in goals, quite easy, I'd say. In terms of who was your goal, who would you pick in goal for your West Ham 11 of the people you played with? Probably Robert Green, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course. Play with him. But I believe, I don't know if he. Yes. Yeah. I like James as well. No, James was the England goalkeeper. Used to.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about in general. Well, and
During
even
your
player
time,
during my time.
Who you played with at West Ham?
Well, I was Greeny. I
Yeah.
remember. Lucas Neal.
Yep. Yeah. Lucas
As a
Neal.
right
Yeah.
back. As a
Yep.
right back.
Lucas Neal's a right back. Look, you're getting ahead of Lucas Neal. Yeah, we put Lucas Neal in. Yeah, we had Lucas Neal in. You're right.
Matty Exxon. Matty
Matty Effrington. Yeah.
Effrington. You need to help me with the surnames.
I'll help you. Don't worry. I'll help you. I'm
Yeah.
typing as we're going along. So, but Matty Effrington, he was a left back. He left wing, wasn't he?
My friends, my best ginger friend, what's his name? Used to play only a few years, retired a few years ago from Wales.
James Collins.
Yes, my crazy boy.
I'm just going to type, and you crazy James Collins. Yeah, he's
exactly.
Was there, as you said, people like James Collins and Lucas Neal. There was a lot of big personalities there, wasn't there, when you
Oh,
played?
great characters. It was great characters. I mean, there
Mm,
was the punching lads, in the team.
yeah,
They always like to win, always in the characters in the dress room. So they're very strong personality. I like it. I like it. Then great lads.
yeah,
Outside the pitch, it's beautiful. Great person inside the pitch.
yeah. Well,
Kick everyone.
especially around Epping. Especially around
Yes.
Epping, there's
Oh
plenty of
yes.
decent, plenty of decent bars around Epping. Right, okay, so we'll put Lucas Neal in, we'll put James Collins, the Ginger Pele.
Yeah.
Right, who else we have centre back? I'm trying to think who you would have played with. We'd have had, who was there? Matthew
Jonathan.
Upson,
Jonathan Inspector. Spector. Inspector.
Jonathan Spector. Jonathan Spector.
Yeah,
Let's
he's
get
a
Jonathan
great.
Spector.
I like this boy because he's a. But I will put in the left back. I will make it a little. If I was a manager in that time, I will put
Yep.
as left back. I will put Moa Morte.
Left back. Okay. Why
I
would
will
you put
put Moa
Louis?
Morte.
Why would you put him left back?
Boa Morte.
Luis Boamorte.
Luis
Go on.
Boa Morte. In
Yeah.
the midfield, I will put Scotty Parker and Hayden.
Yep. Parker,
Uh,
Hayden Mullins. Hayden Mullins, do you know what, Nobby? It's funny. Everyone, when I've interviewed a lot of people around your era at West Ham, and it's really funny when you interview fans, no one puts Hayden Mullins in their team, right? But people like you, yourself, Anton, Ferdinand, Luke Chadwick, with John Pansel, they all put Hayden Mullins in their team. Why is that? Why did they put what's so good about Hayden
you know
Mullins? Because
some. Yeah. Sometimes players, and when you play football, some players you can see them much. I mean, they are no maybe for the people. I will all respect the fans. Sometimes you
yeah, no,
look for more for
totally
who
get
score
yeah,
the goals, who
yes,
assisted,
yes,
but who do the dirty. We call the dirty job inside the pitch is without open the mouth, in
yeah,
very silent situation. Is the holding midfielders. So Hayden
yeah,
was one of the players. He's making the more simple things in life. Recover the ball. I said, Nobby. He said, always said to me, Nobby, don't worry about running around. Yeah, we'll win the ball. I'll give it to you. But make sure
yeah,
you go forward and finish well. So
yeah,
it's the guys, sometimes do the dirty job and people
yes,
won't see them. So
very
Hayden
true.
was one of them. It's
Yeah,
similar like Scotty Parker. Scotty
yeah,
Parker is a similar player. That's why I put these two. And I will put in that two, well, not system. If I will put that 2-3, I will
yeah,
stay with Kieron Dyer, even doesn't play much football, but always I love him. I love him because in Newcastle we have a good time and he
yeah,
understands how we link in together. It's a
yeah,
shame I didn't play much football with him when I arrived at West Ham. I will leave in the front my crazy pace guy, Craig Bellamy.
Oh, great! There was thinking about it, there was a lot of Newcastle-based people who played for Newcastle and West Ham at that time, wasn't there?
Yeah,
As you said, Dyer, Bellamy, yourself, and we had Nolan, then we had Andy Carroll, and yeah,
yeah,
it's funny that, isn't it? It's weird how that happens.
yeah,
Yeah, but Bellamy, what was Bellamy like as a person? Because I
yeah.
never
This
never
is
found out about him.
He's a lovely guy. Well, if you know him, probably
Yeah,
we will make it easier. But he's a biting. He's a little dog. When you have a little dogs in the
yeah,
house, but
yeah,
barking all the time, it's the same. But he's a guy, in the training, want to give everything. He want to
yep,
win. It's a winner guy. He's a winner guy. That's why he go his character.
yeah,
His face was amazing. Crazy.
yeah,
I enjoy very much in Newcastle. I'm enjoying when we was at West Ham. When I arrived, I said, Nobby, you know my move. Please looking for me and play the ball behind the defender. So I will
yeah,
get there. You know my pace. Blah blah blah. So him, I put him as well in the team. I will put Mark Noble.
yep,
I will put him as well, intelligent player. So, like I say, we have a decent player, and unfortunately, that time, like I said to you, maybe Bellamy wasn't fit enough.
yeah,
Uh, Kieron Dyer wasn't fit. But at the end of the day, we have a good bench, good team around. I remember the striker is a big lad, with his name, huge, massive striker. Uh, he's talking now on television.
Dean
Please,
Ashton.
Dean Ashton, another lovely guy,
Yeah,
lovely person. He reminds me of Shearer, typical like Alan
yeah,
Shearer, big striker. We can play into him, flicks balls, and
yeah,
score sometimes, score goals. So
yeah. Yeah.
He's good. I like him too.
Yeah. No, I mean, there were some good players. You had some good players there. So, right. So I'm going to put in. So I'm going to put Robert Green in goal. Then I'm going to put in Lucas Neal right back, James Collins, Jonathan Spector, Lewis Belmorte. I'm going to just do it 4-4-2 because I'm not very good at graphics.
Exactly.
And then we got Parker and Mullins in the middle. We've got basically Dyer, we've got Etherington, we've got
I put Dyer behind Craig Bellamy.
Yep. Okay.
And then we got from Dyer just behind.
Yeah.
I will play on the left side, Matty. You tell me, help me.
Etherington.
and the right side, I will put my side.
You're going to put yourself in. Go for it. Yes, of course. So we're just going. As I said, I'm rubbish at graphics, so we're just going to do 4-4-2. But everyone knows that Nobby's proper one because he's a proper coach, you see, as well. So that's why he's going to be all clever, isn't it? He's going to be all clever. Right. So there we go. Right. So let's just wait. So yeah. So do you know what? That ain't a bad team. And obviously, Dyer will be behind Bellamy. And you've got Noble on the bench. You've got Ashton on the bench. Colton Cole. We've got about Colton Cole. He was on the bench.
Cole, yeah, I forgot about my friend.
That's a good. That would do a job. That would do a job. I think in the Premier League. That would give our team a run for their money.
Yeah, we have I believe we have a lot of big, good, solid Ford and the Ford Collins, Spectrum, Mullins, and Parker. Very strong, defensive team. And now we can attack from everywhere.
See, he's such a coach. Such a coach. No, man, I'm going to let you go because I know you've got the kids about and stuff, and I don't want to take too much of your time. But honestly, thank you. Like half an hour of your time has been absolutely great. Thank you so much. Everyone loves it. This is going to go up on Saturday, so get everyone all excited because we've got Tottenham on Sunday at 12 o'clock. So we've got to get ready for the Tottenham game because, as you know, West Ham fans hate Tottenham.
No. I wish you all the best. I know you're doing so well. Like I said to you before, Moise got the team now. He got I believe he got the channel where to go. So
yeah,
now it's good to see the team doing well. It has a good players. The team has a lot of young lads doing so well into the pitch with the experience in Mark Noble when he come on to helping a lot. So I wish you all the best. Thank you very much
for very much.
For giving me that space and
absolute pleasure
to all the Hammers fans. Always will keep in my heart too.
Thank you very much, Nobby. And obviously, thank you to everyone for watching. As Nobby said, take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Come on, you irons, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Much love. Bye-bye.
Come on, Hammers.
Come on, you irons. That's